Well, what is up, people? It is I, your boy H-Boy, and I am back with Octo's Rachel, because as you know, I'm revisiting it after a long time. And for those who don't remember, last time we went swimming, and the next thing you know, she ends up having a problem in the pool, so she uses the jets to like disguise herself. So I can say maybe lay off the tacos before a workout. She says, yeah, I think I'll have to. Soon the jets in the hot tub stop. Wait, soon I'll say the timer. Because you know hot tubs jets are usually on a timer. Which is strange.
Once the jets shut off, Rachel stands up in the water. She blushes as she sees tons of her gas bubbling in the water at her feet. Oh my god.
Well, looks like time is up. Do you want to head out, or should I go start the jets again?
No, it's fine. We can go. She quickly exits the hot tub, pulling herself out of the water to escape the evidence of her flatulence.
What do you think it ended? It would have ended there. Who knows? Anyway, let's, more pool time, or should we head out?
Do you mind if I go use the restroom? I have a feeling I'm not going to be done for it.
Okay. You go to the restroom while I go change into my dry clothes.
Rachel nods and goes into the restroom, quickly grabbing a stall. As soon as she locks the door behind her,
I guess
the gas continues to escape from her rear, now that she isn't in public anymore.
And head to the lobby to wait for Rachel. Let's wait for her. Should make sense.
It takes Rachel a while before she exits the bathroom, holding her stomach. She looks very bloated. Despite the huge relief she had in the bathroom, her gut is still bubbly with gas.
I'll say how was the swim?
She rubs her bloated stomach, a few small bubbles escaping from her butt as she rubs it. It was good, except for the tacos I had beforehand. They're wreaking havoc on my gut.
So, now that we have done that, what should we do next?
Rachel is starting to feel bloated again, more gas building in her stomach. She rubs her gut, hoping to ease the pressure to no avail. Ugh, I can't believe it. I thought it was all out, but I still feel so bloated.
It might take a while.
She nods and sits down, her stomach gurgling angrily. She rubs and rubs, but she can't seem to alleviate much of the pressure. Another bubbling fart escapes from her butt.
Ew. I don't know what to say.
She looks at her gut, which is puffed out due to all the gas. Damn it, I just can't seem to let it out.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's see, should I continue the story the way it's going? Maybe you should just let it out naturally so you don't blow an intestine, or whatever.
I don't know if it's possible. It all feels like it's trapped right here. She rubs her ballooned out stomach, another bubbling fart slipping out of her rear.
Yeah, you are right. Maybe just ignore it for now. I actually don't know what to say.
She nods and tries to ignore the bloated feeling, but a massive gurgle in her gut makes her cringe. She rubs it gently, hoping it would release gas, but it just keeps bubbling.
I don't even know what to say anymore, because I don't know how to continue the story in a way that would keep you going.
More bubbling farts come out. This is so uncomfortable. I feel so
full. How many tacos did you eat, girl? Like, how many tacos did she eat?
She thinks for a second. I had about 5 tacos earlier today. They were pretty spicy, so I don't know if my stomach liked that.
So you must have been hungry.
She nods, her gut still gurgling angrily. Her gas is all trying to escape, but it won't go down, no matter how much she rubs it.
I don't even know it.
More of her gas slips out. God, this is so uncomfortable, it won't come out.
Any way that helps you get it out? Let's ask. She might have a way that helps.
I don't really know. I'm trying to massage the gas out of my gut to ease the pressure, but it won't release.
Maybe try harder.
She nods and starts to massage her stomach with more pressure, but not much happens other than a few smaller farts coming out.
We could the workout and the movement help it out?
Yeah, let's try that. I'm desperate to get this gas out of me. She stands up, her bloated stomach gurgling and popping loudly as the pressure increases with her stance.
Center should we do next?
She thinks for a second as her stomach complains about the movement. Maybe at the track, we can go for a short jog.
Good idea. Let's go back to the track. Because if you remember, the track is where we started.
She nods and slowly makes her way to the track, her gas-filled stomach gurgling with every step she takes.
Let's start with a light-paced jog.
Yeah, good idea. I'm not sure if I can manage more than that. My stomach is so bloated. She starts to jog slowly, her bubbly farts escaping in time with her movement.
So is it helping?
She nods, her gut starting to bubble more. More gas is slowly exiting her rear.
Great.
Yeah, I think
just
the movement is
run
helping.
it out until it's all gone.
She nods, breathing heavily as she continues to jog. With every step she takes, another bubbling fart makes its way out.
Ask. Better now?
She nods, her gas-filled stomach slowly flattening out. Yeah, it feels way better. I can't believe the running actually helped.
I'll say, now what should we do?
She pats her stomach, which has deflated completely. I'm feeling better now. Let's move on to something else.
So
Maybe the
arm
weight.
thinning always helps.
She walks to the weight area, eyeing the barbells. Oh, this looks like fun. I haven't done this in a while.
See how much you can lift.
Alright, sure. She lifts up 220 lb. Dumbbells with ease, looking proud of herself.
You go heavier?
I think I could do 230 lb ones. She puts down the 20s and grabs 230s.
Good
lifting them with a
job.
bit of effort, but still doing perfectly fine.
How high can you go?
She thinks for a second before replacing the 30s with 40 lb ones. She groans a bit under the pressure, but she can still manage it for a decent amount of time.
I'll say, good job, you rock.
Thanks. I feel like I can do this for a while. She continues to lift her 40 lb. Dumbbells, her arm muscles flexing as she lifts them up and down.
Good. Very good. Your arms must be muscular.
Yeah, I work on them a lot. She continues lifting her dumbbells. A few popping noises coming from her stomach.
I'll say, maybe 40 pound was too much.
She continues lifting, the popping sounds continuing to get louder. No, I think it's fine. I can keep this up. No problem.
Good. The popping was worrying me. I'll say worrying me.
Don't worry, it's just my stomach adjusting to this new weight. She continues lifting, her stomach popping and bubbling with every lift she does. As she lifts the dumbbells up and down, her gut is getting more and more bubbly. The gas is getting more insistent. Another lifting cycle and a loud fart pops out.
Say, oh, there it goes.
She blushes as she hears her butt let out the gas, her stomach gurgling and popping with pressure. Oops. Sorry about that.
Wait, does that sometimes?
She nods and continues lifting. Her stomach not only popping and gurgling, but also letting out a bunch of smaller farts due to the pressure.
Okay, the thing is, this is very boring compared to this. I'm saying it's kind of boring compared to the original one, but as I said, it's more accurate, so I gotta give you that.
Gas. More smaller farts slip out as she lifts a bit, her face scrunching up in effort and embarrassment.
You know what? Maybe that's enough weights for now. Cause I like it as hard because other things.
Rachel blushes and nods, setting down the dumbbells and panting heavily.
Next.
Yeah, I think I've done enough weightlifting for now.
Okay, I'll say what's next.
She rubs her bloated stomach. Maybe yoga? That should help stretch me out.
Okay, a few poses and then we can head out.
She goes over to a quiet area with yoga mats set up. She starts to do a few simple stretches, her bloated stomach starting to make more bubbly
I'll
noises.
say which pose first.
She goes into a downward dog pose, stretching her legs and arms out. Her ass is up in the air as she's bent over.
Why on earth does it keep emphasizing that? Like the thing is, the sporty Rachel doesn't really emphasize those features as much as this Rachel does, which is interesting to say.
As Rachel continues her downward dog pose, a loud gurgling sound comes from her stomach.
Okay, I do the downward dog with her.
She's still doing the downward dog with her stomach gurgling and bubbling angrily.
How
She can't wait
about
for it to
a
release the
tree
gas.
pose next?
She groans with the
That
pressure
is
building in her gut.
probably the most iconic yoga pose there is.
She switches to a tree pose, standing with one leg up and balancing on one foot. Her gut is still gurgling, but she tries to pay no attention to it, focusing on balancing.
You choose the next pose.
She thinks for a second before going into a cat-cow pose. This position puts pressure on her belly, which groans and gurgles in defiance. She is balancing herself on
Okay,
all
what other ones are
fours.
there? Famous yoga poses. Bridge. Okay. Okay. Now I guess it's my turn to pick a pose. How about the bridge?
She nods and moves into the bridge pose, arching her back and lifting her legs into the air. This position also puts more pressure on her bubbling gut, causing it to groan even more.
Okay, enough poses. My legs feel like they are going to give way.
Rachel nods and goes back into a normal standing position. Her stomach is groaning and bubbling even more. I think my gut needs a break too.
Okay. Can you handle any more workouts, or are you done for the day?
She shakes her head, rubbing her belly, which is groaning like crazy now. No, I think I'm done working out. I can't handle any more exercises.
Head out of the fitness studio. Fitness studio, radios.
Rachel is still massaging her groaning belly. The poor thing is full of gas that's trying and wanting to escape. I don't know if I can hold this gas in much longer.
Well, we are no longer in the studio, so it won't be as bad out here.
She sighs as they exit the studio. Yeah, at least I don't have to worry about people hearing farts now.
No, I spelled it. I forgot to push the apostrophe.
She groans, holding her stomach. But God, I can barely hold it in. I'm so bloated.
Huh. The jogging and lifting would have pushed it all out.
She nods, rubbing her belly, which is still letting out some small noises, I know. I hope those would have let at least some of it out. I think it just made it worse.
Oh well.
She groans. Ugh. Even my own massaging isn't working. I'm gonna have to let it out soon. She looks at her bloated stomach, which is now protruding out quite a bit. God, my stomach is so full. I really hope releasing this gas relieves some of the bloating.
So let it out and see what happens.
She sighs, looking around to make sure no one is watching, and lets a huge bubbly fart erupt from her butt.
I'll say better now.
She nods. Her gut is a bit less bloated now. Yeah, but it still feels like there's so much gas in there.
At least it's better enough for you to continue the day.
She nods, sighing as she continues to rub her stomach.
True.
Yeah, but it's so uncomfortable.
Maybe we should do something to get your mind off of it.
She nods slowly. I think that may help. What do you have in mind?
Would you like to do? I'll ask what she'd like to do.
She thinks for a bit before answering. Maybe get something to eat? All this exercise has made me hungry.
I said, sure, what would you like?
She thinks for a second. I'm in the mood for pizza.
Pizza would be better and safer on your gut than tacos, I hope.
She nods, massaging her stomach. Definitely. I don't think I need any more tacos in my system today.
Head to a pizza place.
She's sitting at a table in the restaurant. Her stomach's still growling and gurgling, but not as badly as before. She has a plate of pizza in front of her, her hand still rubbing her stomach.
There, dig in.
She nods and starts to eat, taking a couple big bites of pizza. As the food settles in her stomach, it starts to let out even louder growls than before. A few bubbles start to erupt around her gut.
Well, is it better than the tacos?
She nods, taking another bite of the pizza and chewing slowly. Yeah, it's a lot less oily and spicy than the tacos. This feels better.
I'll say worried for a second.
As she continues to eat, more and more gas starts to form within her bloated stomach. She continues to rub her stomach, trying to help it pass.
Okay, I don't know how to continue this.
She takes another bite of pizza, and as the food digests, her gut starts to make bubbling and popping sounds. Her face starts to scorch up as the gas buildup gets larger.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do maybe one more and then I might end the video because it's going to get long. Wait, no, I don't want to make a call. Go back. Because the calls don't do anything anymore. Is it... should I just end it? Actually, you know what? I'm going to end the video here because it's getting long and it's also getting late. So I guess I'll see you next time.